Gentlemen, let's move straight to our final conversation. The hope of lasting peace in the north-central zone of Nigeria has been overshadowed by relentless violence as attacks by bandits and herdsmen continue to claim lives and displace thousands. Recent reports indicate that 578 persons have been killed due to banditry in the north-central states in the past 6 months. In Benue State alone, about 244 persons have died, as the National Emergency Management Agency NEMA reports that 50 communities across 25 council wards were destroyed due to activities of criminal herdsmen. Plateau State followed closely with 137 cases, Nasarawa State with 104 deaths, Kogi State with 57 deaths, with Niger and Kwara State in 5th and 6th positions. GKB, 578 killed in north-central states, due to banditry in 6 months. A very scary figure, but talk to me. This is unacceptable.
I'm even trying very hard to look at what might be the end game when it comes to these attacks.
End game?
Is it basically to take over the land? Is it to wrought revenge on somebody they've wronged before? Because I'm still waiting for somebody in government to tell me exactly what the end game is with these attacks. Is it political? Is it economic? Is it basically a fight over land? Because unless we find the root of this matter, this thing will continue. Because they keep moving around the same circle. Plateau, Benue, Nasarawa, the minority areas of the north. Even northern Kwara, that used to be one of the safest places it could be. And that still keeps coming to my mind. Can anybody explain exactly what the end game is? Are they trying to take the land? The governor is the man in charge of land in any state.
Yes.
By driving these people out, can some people come in and claim it as their own? Are we going to look away? Are they creating new DPOs? What really is the problem we are facing? Because the governor, I heard the governor from Plateau when he made his broadcast.
Yes.
He sounds very concerned. But yet nobody has been able to tell us, how do we end this?
The Benue State governor said that, they are foreigners. Why have they not gone after those foreigners to take them out?
I don't understand.
How are they coming in?
Because Nigeria is big, but these towns that were sacked are right inside. They are not near any border, by the way. Plateau and Kwara, the only state near the border is Niger.
Okay.
Every other person is built in the middle belt. How do they move so freely?
From different states.
Carelessly. And nothing happened. Nobody's been caught. And they'll come back the next day. Remember the report we did last week or 2 weeks ago when the woman said they told them they were coming.
Yes.
And they came.
There was an allegation.
They destroyed the village. And the woman told the reporter, TVC reporter, that we heard they were coming. And they came. Something somewhere doesn't really gel, as far as I'm concerned. Is it a deliberate attempt to emasculate the area?
Is it that the security agents don't get
approved by some people in Nigeria? I don't get it.
Is it that the security agents don't get distress calls?
They don't have information. They don't have intelligence. Because right now, it's just it's happening in Zamfara. I can excuse that. That they can walk across the border in Katsina.
Yes. They
can stroll across the border. They're talking about the middle of our country. The middle of Nigeria. And it's funny.
Mikhail, it seems the scourge of banditry or this incident is shifting to the north central. I mean, what factors will you blame for this?
It's, sometimes infrastructure is a problem. Okay. The Chief of Defense Staff told me that the last time those students were attacked, it was primary school and secondary school students were taken away in Kuriga, in Kaduna State, that they didn't get the information until the next day. Yes, that's what he told me.
Until the next day?
Yes. They didn't get the information until the next day. So now, because the area, the road bad, no network, so there was no means of even raising an alarm, of making a distress call. So in such a situation, you cannot raise an alarm. And the next military base was far away, be about 40 kilometers or more. How do you then rescue these people? These guys, they also know, they know what they are doing, though. They deliberately target the far-flung communities, isolated areas where they know that even if they place a distress call before the military gets to that scene, they will have done so much havoc and left. So this is a big problem. I talked yesterday about a community that I visited, you know, to do some work about banditry, I think in 2018. Naturally, it shouldn't take more than 18 minutes to get to that community, but it took us 2 hours.
Because of the bad road?
Yes. And no light, no presence of government. So how do people even charge their phones? In some cases, you cannot even call at all because no base station is located close to that area. So the service, the telecom service providers have not even moved to that area. So how do you raise an alarm? It's a big problem. They don't go to the urban centers. They don't go to the semi-urban centers. They are going to the rural areas to kill our people. That is one big problem, because if the roads are in a terrible shape, it will slow down the armed forces.
Absolutely.
To access the place will be very difficult. So that is a problem. They on their own, they move on their bikes. These Honda bikes and all that. Honda, they prefer the Honda bike, which costs in excess of ₦1 million now. So they prefer it. Sometimes they even ask for it as ransom.
Yes,
because to them, it is a multi-terrain motorcycle that they can go anywhere with. But you that you are riding, you are riding a military truck. How do you get to those areas?
To those areas.
He talked about the possibility of maybe something like a Scotch head policy. These guys are killing people with the desire to take their lands. They are chasing people away from their ancestral lands, especially in Benue.
Yeah, 50 communities.
That Benue is a very fertile part of our country. Some of the most fertile communities in our country are in Benue State. Logo, Guma, very fertile in the Benue Valley. And these guys also know that it is going to be very useful to them. So they are dispossessing people and taking complete control of those places and even renaming communities. I talked about it earlier. I'm happy that even NEMA is talking about the fact that communities have been renamed, taken over completely. That is the goal. The goal is clear. Whether as a country we will allow them to continue to do this is a question that I don't have an answer to. It is the responsibility of government, the armed forces, to ensure that these people do not prevail in their evil intention of chasing people away from their ancestral lands and taking those ancestral lands over. I talked about Kwande, the local government close to the Cameroon border in Benue State. Many communities, people can't even visit their homes anymore. You can imagine someone telling me now that my hometown, that I can no longer visit the hometown. All of the memories that you cherish, growing up and all that, the emotional attachment to your community, how you used to go home every December to go and take in the fresh air of the fresh air and unpolluted air of the village. Of the
village, exactly.
And play with your peers. It's gone. Some other people have come because they have access to guns. They chase people away. It's a terrible thing. They are not just killing people, but dispossessing them of their ancestral lands.
All right, BK, will you advise the government to redesign the current security architecture in stemming this time?
Of course.
Or should maintain the current? Of course,
you can. It's something that I will propose.
Okay.
But first and foremost, we must recognize that we are at war. All of what we are doing amounts to symbolism and tokenism to me. You must declare a war. You must realize that these guys are enemies of our country, whether they are Nigerians or not. Because some of them, our people grew up with them. But since they've decided to wage a war on Nigeria and its people, we must declare a war.
Absolutely.
And not just declare a war, it should be a total war. A total war that gets everyone involved. Governors should be part of the funding. The federal government should bring out funds. Import the bombs that you need. Bombs cost a lot of money these days. Some cost even more than 10,000 euros. Just one bomb. Buy as many as possible. Stockpile weapons. Declare a war.
Using bags. You let the policemen also use bags.
Declare a war. And don't agree to a ceasefire until a decisive victory is achieved. That is the only solution. All of what our service chiefs are doing, doing the same thing, the same way. After a while, you rescue some people from bandits. The NSA will go and receive people rescued. Then, not long after that, you hear that they've taken some other people. Where they are, we need to take them out of where they are. Exterminate them. There's no other solution. They don't deserve to live with us. They are not human beings. These are not human beings. They are descendants from another race. I don't even know how to describe them. They need to be taken out. And it takes a very effective military campaign, coordinated, the contiguous states blocked, because when you attack them here, they'll
move to another state.
No, that should not happen. Block all of those contiguous states to ensure that there is no mercy. No way for them to escape. We are not prepared to do it. The day we make up our minds to do it, this whole nonsense will end.
A beautiful way to end the show. GKB, appreciate you as always. Thank you so much. BKO, as always, thank you so much.